Hi everyone, welcome to Imagine with IlluminArt. My name is Ms.Sabrina and today we will be taking a journey throughout time and exploring different kinds of theater throughout history. So you might be wondering, where does theater come from? How did it start? Many historians believe that theater actually started with the earliest form of humans, the cavemen.
After hunting down their food, the cavemen would return home and throw a celebration, reenacting their hunt and triumph for everyone in their village to see how they took down huge animals.
Although it sounds like a lot of fun to act like a caveman having a celebration, we're going to start our exploration at the beginning of theater as we know it, in 6th century BCE ancient Greece. That's over 2,600 years ago.
The ancient Greeks were a very advanced people who excelled in science, math, art, music, and literature. Every year, they would put on a festival to celebrate the gods, and writers would submit epic plays about kings, queens, heroes, and Greek mythology gods to a playwriting contest. The winners of the contest would have their plays performed by actors in a giant outdoor theater called amphitheaters. These amphitheaters were shaped like semicircles and could seat thousands of audience members, just like the stadiums we see football or baseball games in today. The audience would sit in the theatron, and the actors would perform in the orchestra, which was the stage. Actors who performed in these ancient plays would wear costumes made of beautiful fabric draped across their bodies called chitons or tunics, later known as togas. These actors would have to make sure all of their movements on stage were really, really big and that their voices were as loud as possible so that the thousands of people in the audience could see and hear them. After all, these actors were often playing parts of royalty or heroes or even Greek gods, so they had to look and sound powerful to everyone around them.
Being an actor in ancient Greece sounds like it was so much fun, so I want us to give it a try. The first thing you need to be an ancient Greek actor is a costume. All you need to make a chiton or a tunic is a long piece of fabric like a blanket, a bed sheet, or a long towel. Let me show you how to make one.
First, take your piece of fabric and hold it long ways behind you. Then, find the two top corners of the fabric and hold it about 8 inches below the edge. Take the right corner under your left armpit and the left corner over your right shoulder. Finally, tie the two ends of fabric together over your right shoulder and tighten it. And there you go. You now look the part of an ancient Greek actor.
Next, we need to find a big open space to use as our stage. You can turn your bedroom, living room, or even your backyard into your very own amphitheater. Now let's practice being ancient Greek actors. Think about what kind of character you want to play. Are you a king or a queen, a warrior, or an ancient Greek god? I'm going to be my favorite Greek mythology god, Apollo, the god of the sun. And to show my audience how powerful I am, I'm going to make my voice as loud as possible and raise my arms up to harness the power of the sun. I am the god Apollo! Whew, that takes a lot of energy. I'm exhausted. Let's put our tunics away and fast forward to another really cool time in theater history, the Middle Ages.
Around the 12th century AD, actors and performers in England began to travel around in pageant wagons, which were portable stages full of costumes, props, masks, and set pieces to quickly throw together mini outdoor theaters and perform plays for the people in the towns. These actors would perform all kinds of different plays, from mystery plays, which taught people who couldn't read stories from the Bible, to miracle plays, which told stories about the saints, to morality plays, which had life lessons about how to be good citizens and do the right thing. These traveling plays became very popular and would always bring people together whenever they rolled into town. Not only were they entertaining, but they would teach the townspeople stories and lessons they never knew. Let's all try being traveling actors. You can make your very own pageant wagons at home using a laundry hamper, a box, a bag, and fill it up with props and costume pieces of your choice. Then travel around to the people in your house and share a story with them, or tell them a funny joke, or teach them something they may not know. Use your props and costumes however you want to bring your story to life.
That was so much fun. I think I'd like being a traveling actor. Let's time travel again and fast forward to 16th century England, also known as the Elizabethan Age.
Some of the most well-known theater plays in the world were written during this time by a man named William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was an actor, writer, and director who created all kinds of plays, from epic history plays to silly comedies to dramatic tragedies. His stories were always filled with drama, excitement, fantasy, and magic. The characters in his plays would speak very elegantly, as if they were reciting poetry. This made the people of England fall in love with his plays. Everyone from the poor common citizens who weren't taught how to read to the rich and royalty would come together at the Globe Theatre in London to watch Shakespeare's shows. Sadly, in the year 1613, the original Globe Theatre caught fire and burned down. But luckily, over 300 years later, a modern version of Shakespeare's Globe was rebuilt in the heart of London, and to this day, people from all around the world travel there to enjoy Shakespeare's plays. Performing in Shakespeare's shows was very challenging for actors at the time. The actors in Shakespeare's plays had to be very talented and had to train really hard in reading, acting, singing, dancing, and sometimes even sword fighting. Not real sword fighting, of course. The actors always had to make sure that any fighting on stage was highly planned out and learned specific moves with the swords to make it look real. This is what we call stage combat in the theater.
Let's try to learn some sword fighting moves together. The first thing you'll need to do is find a good fake sword, something like a pool noodle or an empty paper towel roll, or even a rolled up piece of paper will work great. Next, find yourself a nice open space with nobody around you so that you can practice your moves safely.
Begin with your feet about shoulder width apart. Imagine that the person you are fighting is next to you and you are facing them with your shoulder and head turned. Your first attack will be to their left shoulder, then right shoulder, left leg, then over their head. Each time you attack, make sure to bend your front knee just a little bit and lunge towards your opponent. Let's see how that looks at full speed. Attack 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great job!
For as long as theater has existed, music and dancing have always been a part of it. In the late 19th century, plays that included singing and dancing to enhance the story started to be known as musicals.
Today, musical theater is the most popular form of theater all around the world, from Broadway in New York City to the West End in London. Some of the most famous plays and movies in the world are musicals, like The Lion King, Frozen, Aladdin, Annie, and so many more. The characters in musicals will sing about how they are feeling, what is happening, or what they want more than anything in a certain moment of the story. Sometimes the songs the characters are singing will also include big fun dance numbers. Actors in musical theater have to train hard to be excellent singers and dancers.
I wonder what it would be like to be a character living in a musical, just bursting into song and dance whenever I feel like it. How about we try doing that together? Throughout the day, let's try singing about what we're doing or how we're feeling.
Oh, I love to brush my teeth. I love to brush my teeth in the morning, in the morning. In the morning, in the morning.
Wow, that was so much fun. Thank you all so much for taking this journey with me of theater through the ages. I hope you all had as much fun as I did and learned something new today. If you did like this video, make sure to hit the like button below, subscribe to Imagine with IlluminArt, and check out our other videos. I'd love to hear in the comments below, what was your favorite age of theater? I can't wait to hear from you guys. I'll see you again soon. Bye!